Hello students. In this lecture video, I'll be telling you about yoga and lifestyle, that is the third chapter, and how yoga can enhance your living abilities, your mental abilities. So, first of all, what are asanas and what is yoga? See, yoga is a type of, you can say, exercise which gives you simplicity of life, flexibility, and diversity because there are lot many asanas in yoga. Now let us see what are asanas. According to Patanjali, asan means Shritram Sukham Asanam. That means being comfortable and steady, like sitting in a comfortable position, and then for everlasting period you feel that the posture is giving you flexibility. So asanas not only help you to remain physically fit, but also provide some benefits which basically help us to have a lifestyle free from diseases like diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases. Now let us see what are the benefits of asanas. Our bones as well as joints, they become strong because of any disease where the flexibility of our body is disrupted. In those cases also, yoga is recommended by the doctors. Muscles become strong, so our efficiency of our muscles increases when, and the fat deposits also become less when we are doing yoga. Circulation of blood becomes normal. The blood circulation not only normalizes and stabilizes your different processes but also controls blood cholesterol. Then the respiratory organs become efficient because when you are doing pranayam and different asanas, it will help your respiratory organs to become more efficient. Then efficiency of digestive system also increases. There are certain asanas which will increase the digestion ability of your body. Next, nervous system strengthens. So the nervous system, how it strengthens? Because basically the adrenaline, there is one hormone in the body which is secreted whenever the body is calm, and it is very helpful in reducing the mental pressure if somebody is facing that. Then glandular activity is stimulated and regulated properly. Again, in our body, there are certain hormones, or you can say chemicals, which are produced by certain organs called as glands, and they help in management of our different body processes. Efficiency of excretory system enhances. Whatever our regular cycle of getting the waste products out of the body, that will be maintained, and it will help in delaying any kind of weakness or any kind of fatigue in the body. Immune system is strengthened, so our immunity increases by doing regular asanas, and we become less prone to any communicable diseases. Communicable disease means any disease which can be transferred from one person to the other. Okay. Next, coming to obesity, what are the how to get rid of obesity using this yoga? So, obesity is a you can say condition where when the amount of fat increases the extreme levels, like we talked about BMI, remember the body mass index. Just look at the calculation. Okay, this is important. This formula, just take care of this and the categories in which it falls. So if somebody is falling in these obese categories, okay, there are certain yoga asanas which will help that person to get rid of excess fat. One is Vajrasan, which is a meditative asana in which you fold the knees and sit down. Benefits are it improves your concentration, it cures any chest disease, back pain, and enhances your mental power. See, this is Vajrasan. Okay. In females, the menstrual cycle, it becomes regular. It reduces any stress in the body and relief from hernia and piles. Okay. The digestion problems which people have. Also, it helps to relieve constipation. So, after having food, you should always sit in Vajrasan. Then next is Padhasta Asana, in which you just bend forward and touch your knees like this. Okay. So it makes the body flexible. The belly fat is also reduced. Your all the blood circulation will be fine, and it improves the digestion and tones your nerves. Now, those people who are having back pain should avoid this asana. Similarly, a person suffering from joint pain should not do Vajrasan. So, here you should know to these asanas. The a picture can be shown in the paper, in the exam paper, and it can be asked that what asana is it, what are the contradictions, and how it helps. So this is how you prepare for your boards. Okay. Next is Urdhvasana. So in this asana, you can say the person is actually in like the straight position. Okay. The shoulders, like it is enhanced, okay, in one line. Now it helps to reduce belly fat again, improving digestion, increasing the capacity of lungs, and tightening the abdomen muscles. Contradictions are those who are having shoulder or neck injuries should not do this asana. Next is Trikonasana. You can see with your legs apart. On one side, you can go till the shoulder level, which helps to enhance the or strengthen the legs, improving digestion, reducing excess body weight, and also increasing the blood circulation. Those people who have back injury or diarrhea or high or low blood pressure should avoid this asana. Next is Ardha Matsyendrasana Asana. In this, you can see that you are becoming like, left heel is kept high over the next thigh, okay, crossed over the left thigh. So in this position, you have to sit. This is this asana. So here it benefits in keeping the gallbladder healthy. Again, digestive ailments will be reduced. Also, it helps to treat certain sinus, which is related to the nose. Okay, if somebody is having blocked nose for a long period of time and pain in those nasal passage, and urinary tract disorders. Contradictions, the pregnant women should not do this. People suffering from certain slip discs should avoid this. Next, coming to diabetes. Those who are suffering with high blood sugar, diabetes, what type of asanas will give relief? One is Bhujang Asana. Like this, you have to lay down straight and keep your legs close together. Head should be turned backwards. So it elevates the obesity, strengthens the liver, blood circulation, and strengthens the hand muscles also. Those who are suffering from any abdominal injuries should avoid this asana. Then Paschimottanasana, just sit straight on the ground with legs forward and bend, toes should not be bent. Your hand should touch the toes. It elevates any gas troubles which are there for constipation problems, even in curing certain skin diseases, it is helpful. Those who are having any appendicitis or any respiratory diseases should avoid this asana. Next, coming to Pavan Mukta Asana. Here, you lie down and then you take deep breath. Knees should come towards the abdomen and exhale, inhale and exhale. So it eases the tension in lower back. Also, it enhances abdominal muscles and relieves constipation. The heart patients should avoid this, and those who have undergone any surgery of abdomen because abdominal muscles are stretched over here should avoid this type of asana. Next, this asana we have already covered. That is Ardha Matsyendrasana Asana also is effective. Next, asthma. In order to cure asthma, that is the breathing problem in some where the lungs, basically the airways of the lungs, they become blocked. So to prevent that, there are certain asanas which will help in relieving the effects of asthma. One is Sukhasana, which facilitates the physical balance. See, you are sitting with the folded legs and breathing in and breathing out. It not only improves your posture but also reduces any stress. Any person who is suffering from knees and hips injuries should avoid this. Next is Chakra Asana. You make a chakra like this. Okay, your body is in a semicircle. So it cures back pains, it cures asthma, and also reduces any type of depression. Well, obviously for obesity, to remove that effect also, Chakra Asana is very, very effective. Contradictions means those who should not do this. If anyone is having high blood pressure or if you have any wrist injuries, you should not do this. Next is Gomukha Asana, in which you are sitting in folded legs and you are trying to touch your both the hands at the back, okay, folded. What it does, it helps to make the leg muscles strong, the function of lungs improves again and helps you to stay fit and strong. Again, if anyone is having knee injury or shoulder injury, should not do this. Then Parvatasana, you will sit in lotus pose, okay. Your palms will touch each other. So, like a parvat, you are sitting over here. So, it will enhance the height, it will drop the extra fat, reduce the back pain. Again, same thing, anyone having hip or back injury, shoulder injury should avoid this. Next, Bhujangasana, already seen how to be done and what are the advantages. Paschimottanasana, already covered in the previous disease also. And then one more, Matsyasana. So here you have to lay back, see like this, okay? Folded legs, touch your toes with the hands, and it is helpful in curing the back pain, for treating the diabetes, and to get relief from asthma. So lot of you can say advantages. Again, if anyone is having lower back problems, should avoid this asana. Next, coming to hypertension. Hypertension means high blood pressure. See, normal range is 120 to 80. That is the pressure which is measured. Now, if it is high, then how to avoid using asanas? See, one is Tadasana. You stand in a tension position, lift your arms, lift your toes, and do this exercise 10 to 15 times. So, not only it will help to treat hypertension, but also help to maintain a physical balance and also enhance your height. Next, we had already seen Vajrasan. Okay, that can also be done. Then Pavan Mukt Asan, again we had seen this. Next is Ardha Chakrasana. In Chakrasana, remember the full semicircle you are making. In Ardha Chakrasana, you will just bend backwards without bending the knees. So it will release the tension. Mainly it is for blood circulation in your body. Now, who have to avoid? Anyone having spinal problems should avoid this. Then Bhujangasana, we have already seen how to do. Next is Shavasana. Mainly it is calm and peace. Whenever anyone is suffering from hypertension, main thing is to be relaxed. The nerves should relax. So it is the Shavasana. So it will strengthen your nervous system. Any cardiac problems you are having, that will be released, and body is relaxed in a meditative state. Lastly, the back pain. If anyone is suffering from back pain due to less physical activity, what are the different asanas which will help? First one is Tadasana, we have already seen. Then Ardha Matsyendra Asana. Next is Vakra Asana. In this, you will just sit down and stretch your legs. You fold the right leg and keep the right leg heel touching the left. See how you have folded one. Okay. One hand is touching the other leg. All right. So it improves the function of spinal cord, kidney, and all other organs are balanced. Again, somebody who is suffering from high blood pressure should not try this. Then Shalabhasana, see over here how the fists and the arms are at the back, and the face, the upper body and lower body is, you can say, slowly you have to raise it upwards. So it relieves the back pain, it reduces any kind of negative effects on posture, and it will relieve the stress. But anyone who is having weak spine or high blood pressure should avoid this asana. Lastly, Bhujangasana, we have already seen how to do this. So it will again help to increase the blood circulation, and it will, help in maintaining a proper spine posture. So main thing is the maintenance of posture in this asana.